Hey everyone, Jared here, and it's part 2. We're going to open this giant box of games. And if you're just tuning in, Steven had sent over a whole whackload of games and systems. Primarily, well, it is not primarily, it's all Sega related stuff. And so the first part, I looked at the different systems that he had sent. And today, I'm going to be taking a look at the, well, what I assume to be all the different games. Alright. And I owe him big time, though. Big time. Okay, so here we go. Let's hope not too much is broken in here. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, so. Boy, I'm still surrounded. I actually did these two videos back to back. So let's get going here. Alright, first game, Mortal Kombat 2. I'll scoot up a little bit. Oh man, what a savage. This guy's a savage. He never bought the foam inserts. Ah, brutal. Here's one of my favorite, man. I'm not going to talk about Mortal Kombat 2, but it was one of my favorite games. This is one of my favorites, Shining the Holy Ark. This is an amazing game, guys. An amazing game. Love it. If you don't know anything about the Shining series, well, you should. Oh, we got a good one here. This is Street Fighter Alpha 2. That's actually, that's a good one. These are getting harder and harder to find. This one I have, and this one is in great shape, man. Great shape. Street Fighter Alpha 2. I remember with the Street Fighter series, it's funny, loved Street Fighter 2 and all the different iterations that were released. And Street Fighter Alpha, it was interesting because it takes place before the events of Street Fighter 2. And it was so funny because I remember that the style was starting to change. Everything was starting to change more and more and more with the series. And a lot of my friends were getting out of the series by this point in time and started going more towards the X-Men series, which was around the same time when all of that was going on. But personally, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this series. That's a great game, man. Very, very good game. But back to Shining the Holy Ark, I just wanted to say that if you haven't played this, you really need to play this. This is one of the best RPGs on the system, and it's done by Camelot, which would later go on to do a lot of the Mario sports games like Mario Golf and stuff like that, but they also did Golden Sun, and back then they were called Sonic Software Planning. This is really, I can't say it enough, this is a fantastic game. Absolutely love this game. Alright, we've got, oh, this is another really good one. This is a really, really good one. I hope I open up one of these games and I go, oh my goodness, it's the Netlink game, but I doubt it. This is Sega Rally Championship. This is one of the best racing games on the Sega Saturn. Highly, highly recommended. If you want to try a 3D racing game on the Saturn, this is the one. This is the one that you go to. And it's funny because if you look at it, it's in this like silver box, right? And why I say that's interesting is because two of the best games ever released on the platform were in this same style of box. There was Sega Rally Championship and there was also Virtua Fighter 2. Amazing game. Alright, we've got next up. This one's a little cracked. I think it got a little damaged. Oh yes, it broke crazily. Good thing though, it is a ridiculously cheap game. And that is, I'm going to just, oh, I'll have to fix this one, but it's Virtua Cop. This has been totally destroyed. Hopefully there's not many games that got destroyed like this because, well, that would be sad. I can't really talk about Virtua Cop. I already did the review of it. You guys know all about that. Alright, like I said, let's just hope things didn't get destroyed and we'll be okay. Oh, wow. This is one I haven't seen in a long time. Oh, wow. And it's got all the discs, too. Excellent. Let me just put this back. I remember when the games used to come like this. I don't know if you guys can see it yet, but if you can't, you will in a minute. And that is D! This is a great cinematic survival horror type game. I've been actually planning to review this one in the next couple of weeks, so that's funny that that he has this. That's a really good game. I don't want to talk too much about this, but it's very cinematic. It's very slow paced today, but it's very, very cinematic. Very good game. Well worth checking that one out. This I'm very happy about because I don't actually own this, and that's Virtua Fighter 2 and what? Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Cop 2, and it looks like someone printed this case. Yes, they did. They printed this case because it's not legit. If you look on the back and the side and everything like that. And I say I don't have this game. I have the game, but I have the large box version. And this looks to be, it may actually be the exact same version, and someone just plunked it in another case. So let's be sneaky here and see what they did. See, they printed this. This has been printed on Virtua Racing. Someone put this on Virtua Racing. See if I can take it out without damaging it. Yeah, see? Virtua Racing. That is hilarious. I love when people sort of they get sneaky. This is so funny. Boy, you guys should see the garbage that's starting to pile up here. Alright, I don't want to damage it. Nice. And they just did the exact same thing. Or did they put it on stock? It looks like it may actually be on stock. Yeah, it's on its own stock. Anyways, interesting. Never seen someone do that before. That's very interesting. Oh, I'm happy that the case that broke was for Virtua Cop. So anyways, Virtua Cop 2, again, another one I already reviewed. Oh god, this one's funny. NHL 94, woo! Why I say this is funny is because I sent this to Steven as his first Sega CD game. I had a whole bunch of these. Some of them were even brand new. And this looks like it was one of the brand new ones. And it's his one and only Sega CD game, and he sends it back to me. That's cute. That's funny. Alright, next up we've got Nights into Dreams. Classic Yuji Naka game, one that was like absolutely perfect for the 3D control pad. Excellent game that I obviously have already covered and reviewed. Next up he's got Fighting Vipers. I actually just covered this recently. Another fantastic game. He had a pretty decent lineup of Saturn games here. This one was great. If you want more information, go check out my review. Then he's got Virtua Fighter 2, so he actually had both of the gray box games. This is another one. This was a great game, man. This is my favorite fighting game on the Saturn. I had so much fun with this. And here's a surprise. This one I haven't seen in a dog's age, and that is Doom. The original Doom on the Sega Saturn. I haven't seen this, yeah, like I say, I haven't seen this in forever. So this will be a fun one to review. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy reviewing this one. I haven't seen that in years. So that's a look at all his Sega Saturn stuff, I believe. However, we've got some CD games all over the place here. Oh, man. He didn't have... Oh, this is sadness. So there's Code Veronica. This one, I actually gave him this because it got all destroyed. I gave him this case. Oh, so now he's just sending it back to me. What do we got? Burning Rangers. Sword of the Berserk. So another one. I tackled all of these. I think these are probably going to be almost... Oh no, there's a few others. Okay, so we've got Mars Matrix. That's another one I covered. That's an excellent game. I'm running out of space. But this one saddens me greatly. I can't believe you didn't even try it. Oh man. Stormwind, the best indie release ever on the Dreamcast. Buy this game. Probably my favorite shmup on the system and one of my favorite games, period, on the system. You check this out. I can't believe you didn't even open it. Oh, that's sadness, man. Sadness. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. I just want to make sure I show you guys. Okay, that I'll show you later. Excuse me. Wow, he's got a lot of stuff, man. Holy crap. Okay, that looks like it's all... Steven's a funny guy. He went and spent a fortune on games and then he just never, well, did anything with them. Okay, so let's finish off the... we've got Arrow Wings, which I have... Oh, I guess it's broken? Is that why? I don't know. It's all taped up. Arrow Wings. This is a Crave shooter. We've got... Space Channel 5. Oh my lord, I haven't played this in forever. Space Channel 5. Whee. We've got Charge Blast. I don't even know what the hell this is. It's from Infogrames. I don't know what this is. Charge Attack. No idea. Charge Blast, sorry. Or Charge and Blast. Lock, Load, and Charge and Blast. The ultimate shoot-'em-up action game has blasted its way to the Sega Dreamcast, developed by the same team who brought you House of the Dead and Sega Bass Fishing. Okay. I have no idea. Well, okay, I'll check that one out. Then we've got Ooga Booga. Oh my gosh, I remember this. Wow, man, Steven had some messed up crap. Multiplayer combat with a tropical punch. I remember the game, but I barely remember what it's about, so I'll have to check that one out. We got Choo Choo Rocket. Well, this is a fantastic puzzle game. This is great. That's a really fun one. I think Steven liked that one. We have the greatest fighter on the system with Soul Calibur. These look great. These are in great shape. And we've got, because it's Steven, we've got NHL 2K2. These, this looks great too. 2K2. And last, at least I think last for his Dreamcast stuff, as I... Whoa, good thing I opened that. Oh, it got a little damaged. Is Power Stone, which is a fantastic fighter. I'll replace the cover of, not the cover, but I'll replace the, whatever it's called. Alright, now we move on to a bunch of, Sega Saturn stuff. He had a lot of imports. We're going to start off with what I believe is his only non-import. And that is the original Virtua Fighter. And this would have been, I believe this, yeah, this is not remixed, so this is the one that would have been released with the system when it was released originally, or at least like a lot of the systems. Okay, next up, and these are not in any order, this is Christmas Nights, isn't it? Yeah, Christmas Nights, Only This Winter. He has the Japanese one, which is cool. That's basically, if you don't know, it's Nights into Dreams, but with like Christmas music, and there's like Christmas trees and all this sort of other crap. And if you put in a code for, not a code, but if you set the time to Christmas Day, that's when you'll unlock all these different things. Sonic Jam, the Japanese version. Never actually... I remember the story with this. He wanted to buy Sonic R because of my review, and he wanted to see if it was really that bad or if I was drunk playing it. And they gave him this instead, and so they just told him, no, I'll just keep it or whatever. So Sonic Jam, I just actually reviewed that a little while ago. Okay, we've got the King of Fighters 96. I'm just trying to see if it uses, because with these, some of these, they require a specific RAM cartridge. You can't just use the Action Replay 4-in-1 for some of them. I don't recall which ones. So that's 96. Here we have 97. Yeah, see this one says well, they can use the 4 megabyte one. This one doesn't say anything. And this was what? 97. King of Fighters 97. Okay, I don't know why Steven would have got that, but here's Nights into Dreams, the Japanese version. That's a little, that's odd. Oh, this disc, got a little damaged. But, like I say, I'm surprised. You did a good job, Steven. You did a good job. It looks good. Everything is, you didn't destroy anything. And I can always replace these jewel cases, not a big deal. So anyways, Nights into Dreams, I don't know why you would have gotten that instead of the other, like when you had the other, but whatever. Okay, we have the Street Fighter Collection next. I'm just opening it up to see what's what. This is, I have the North American version. This is the Japanese version. This is a very expensive game in North America. Fire Pro Wrestling S 6-Men Scramble. Okay. And this is, I think this was supposed to be a really good game. I don't know. I don't own this, so I don't know. No idea. It's a 2D wrestling game by Human Entertainment. And it has a 4 gigabyte SD card inside. Steven, what the hell? I have no idea why there's an SD card inside this, but okay. That's one I don't own, so that's cool. Then we have Bushido Retsuden. What the hell is this? Is this the, this could be that RPG they released for Samurai Showdown. Not entirely sure. You guys can tell me. I don't own that. Next is Tactical Fighter. This looks like it's a 2D girl fighter. No idea. Don't own this one either. Inside here, Virtua Fighter Remix, which is interesting. That's odd, but okay. We've got Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, phenomenal game. I mean, you know that. I've reviewed this. Great, great, great game. We've also got Pocket Fighter. Cute. This is the Capcom with all their little guys. Like, so you have Liu, Ken, things like that. I don't know if this was released in North America or not. It makes use of the 4 megabyte expansion pack. I don't think this was ever released in North America, so that's cool. And then we have the actual X-Men vs. Street Fighter with the RAM cartridge. I already have that. Excellent game. And then we've got the King of Fighters 95 with the RAM expansion. Very cool, but if I recall correctly, like I said, you have to use this one if I remember right. Let's open this bad boy up. The game is sealed. Oh, it's not sealed. Okay, it's just the, I was going to say, what the hell? Alright, cool. So that's all the Sega Saturn stuff, a lot of stuff there. Actually, some stuff that I haven't thought of or covered, and some games I didn't even own. So now we're going to jump into the Sega Genesis / Master System stuff, and just from what I can see here, there's some really good stuff here. So we're going to start off with a launch title. Just checking to make sure everything was there. And that's a launch title that everyone knows. Altered Beast! This is it, man. This is from 1989. This alongside what I already covered, which was Space Harrier 2. There's Thunder Force 2, I want to say? Yeah, I think it was 2. This launch title for the Sega Genesis, man. He also picked up a 6-pack, which includes Streets of Rage, Super Hang-On, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, Golden Axe, and Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's kind of funny because most of those games I already covered in a look at my, what was it, the Arcade Classics collection. It looked at Golden Axe, Columns, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, and I don't remember what the other one was, if there was another one. But anyway, so that's funny. But this is obviously the Genesis version because Golden Axe has 2 players. Woo! Alright, then we have a game that needs no introduction and still no manual. Oh man, this cartridge has seen better days. Holy crap. But whatever. Game that needs no introduction, but I will introduce it anyways. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. This is awesome. You all know what Sonic is, I'm going to assume. And if you don't know what Sonic is, what the hell is wrong with you? And he's got Sonic 2. Great game. Really great game. I mean, Sonic is what ultimately made all of this possible. If it weren't for Sonic, it's I don't want to say doubtful, but I don't think any of this stuff would have really would have continued because it was such a huge hit for Sega that, I mean, the Genesis like really brought it to Nintendo, man. And I don't know if it weren't for that, who knows how far Sega really would have went. Had they even stayed in North America even. Okay, so now that's all he's got for this. Now he's got a Master System collection and a very impressive Master System collection. I mean, it's a start for most people, but this is going to be a lot of fun to tackle these games in reviews. Primarily because a lot of these, well, almost all of these I do not have here. So this is going to be very exciting for me to tackle these. But the first thing I want to do is show you this. This is one, this is a game called Transbot. Okay? All Master System games looked like this, except you'll notice this one is crazy thin. And that's because if you watched last week's video, there's no instruction manual, but they're like the hue cards I told you guys about in the last video. See? And the data is just on that little portion down there. And they called it a Sega card, and it would go in to the little slot that you had right here. And there you go. And they didn't release too many games though on these particular on this particular platform. God, it's so funny. I don't actually know how many games. I have to look some of this up. And this is one that I never owned. I'm just looking, Transbot. Yeah, I never owned this one. There's a few others I do own, but not this one. So that's cool. That's a game I don't own. All right, now we're going to get into... Okay, good. Some of them do have manuals and stuff. Good. I like my games complete, damn it. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't really matter. This is the original Shinobi. Now, there's a lot of different versions of this. Like, there's the hardcore arcade version. But this is the version that I remember playing growing up because, well, we had a Master System. Shock tear. This is a really good game, but it's... How can I say this? It feels old a bit, this one. It's not like Revenge of Shinobi and Shinobi 3 and stuff like that. This one does feel a little bit older. And I'm actually going to review this one to show you guys. It's classic arcade action though. This is a really fun one. Alright. This is surprising. This is surprising. This is Sonic the Hedgehog on the Master System. This is actually an extremely rare game if you have the North American version. How do you know it's North American? I have no idea. I have no idea. All I know is that it's complete, which is just all sorts of awesome, because I love me some complete games. Just gonna... And having Sonic on the original Master System is really interesting, because this, I believe, was essentially the Game Gear version. So that's cool to have that. And this is one I did not own on the Master System. I don't have a tremendous Master System collection myself. Next up is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Again, this is one I personally never owned, and it is complete as well. Wow, man. This is impressive, Stephen. You have a very impressive Master System collection. Yep, very impressive. Like I said, Sonic really changed everything for Sega. Next up, he has Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos. And this is one I never actually played. And again, a complete one. Wow, man. Very, very impressive. We got that, and then the back. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos. I really don't even know what this is. Dr. Robotnik's stolen the red Chaos Emerald, and it's up to Sonic the Hedgehog to get it back. As Sonic or Tails, the two-tailed fox, you'll zip through the zones using your quick moves and quicker thinking to collect rings and evade Robotnik's latest batch of badniks. Unless this was the one that was released on the Game Gear. See, there's a lot of games that were released on Game Gear that I don't know about because I had a Game Gear, but I had it later on. I was a big Game Boy fan. So that's very, very, very interesting. Alright, next up we have Psycho Fox. And there's some kid's name on here, Sean Esmond, but it's written in, it looks like, oh, that might be pen. Yeah, Psycho Fox. I've heard about this, but this is another one I have not played. As I drop it on my Genesis. So, let me know about this. I'm going to be reviewing all of these. So far, a lot of stuff that I don't have. Oh man, this is memories. Oh wow, he has all of them too. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, well, Wonder Boy, the original Wonder Boy. A lot of history behind this. Because it's essentially Hudson's Adventure Island, and there's a whole story between the two games that I know nothing about. Well, no, it's not I don't know nothing about it. I know about it, but I just don't recall all of it. So, this series would go on to become utterly amazing. And lucky for me, Steven has the other two parts. Oh man, it's even complete. Nice. This was my favorite when this came out. Wonder Boy and Monster Island. I loved this game, and having the opportunity to review these for you guys now, this is going to be a blast. This reminded me of The Legend of Zelda. I have no idea why. Okay, no idea why, but it just did. It had that sort of feel to it when I played it. It came out in 1988, I believe. It felt like I love that sort of fantasy, sort of cartoony feeling that Zelda had, and this reminded me a lot of it for whatever reason. And then the big one, and I can't believe this, and it's complete as well. Wow, awesome! And that's Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap. This is where you could transform, if I recall correctly, into different baddies. Not baddies, but different monsters and stuff. This was an awesome game, but I didn't play this one much, so I'm going to actually go back and play this from 1989. Wow, I'm looking forward to this. This is awesome. So all three Wonder Boy games, guys. That's flippin' awesome. And look how simple the box art is. Seriously, look at that. and then slowly start getting more and more advanced as the series went on. And look, now with a password save, woohoo! Because that was actually no joke. That's one of the problems with this one, with this Wonder Boy in Monsterland, is that without a save feature, it's a little hard. Okay, just looking to see. Okay, and this is complete too. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh, but this one, it's missing its back. That's sad. Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars. I know very little about the Alex Kidd series because I was never into it. I don't know which one's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I know there's like a bunch of these because this was Sega's original mascot before they moved to, before they moved to this bad boy right here. So, I don't know much about it. I'm sure you guys can tell me everything. Right. Fantasy Zone. I think I just brought home Fantasy Zone 2. Or I may have brought home Fantasy Zone 1. I'm not entirely sure. And it's complete too. Well, Fantasy Zone is a very old shmup. It's a cute-em-up, one of the first cute-em-ups, where the screen basically is like this, so it loops, so you fly and you'll come around the other thing. Like, well, actually, that's not true, but what I mean is, the stage loops around, so you can always keep going left and right. If I recall correctly, it's been a very, very long time since I played this. And this was a not bad, this was a pretty good port of the arcade version from what I recall. So, Fantasy Zone, that's awesome. Man, there's now I don't have any of these here, so this is just wicked. And now this is a classic. This is a true classic. Why there's tape on it, I have no idea. And it's complete. Oh, wow, even better. And that is the original Afterburner. Classic, classic game. Remember this? My dad had this. We had a real blast with that. A 4 mega cartridge! we had a really, really good time with this one. I absolutely suck at it. But we are going to enjoy this, guys. We're going to have a nice long review of this one. This was a classic, and it brings back a lot of good memories of just sitting there and going the screen going all crazy. I'll never forget the arcade cabinet for this was flippin' awesome because it all moved, and that was super cool. Next up is one I don't know about. Miracle Warriors, Seal of the Dark Lord, adventure role-playing. Whoops. Okay, what is this? This actually looks like an RPG. Nope, don't know this one, guys. Miracle Warriors. Don't know that one. No clues. Can't comment. We'll find out later. Alien Syndrome, a 2 mega cartridge. And this one is complete as well. Oh man, Steven and your complete games, this rocks. This is what I was the most excited about for all of this. Was the Master System stuff. Yeah, Alien Syndrome. Don't have many memories of it, but I remember it's an arcade game. They've come to Earth and you're gonna have to blah blah blah. I don't know, we'll have to tackle this one. Got all these games. Then we've got Back to the Future Part 2, because Part 1 isn't good enough. And again, it complete things. What is this? I keep seeing this. What is this? I noticed this in a few of the games. Master System 2. Mega Drive. This is a European game. If we're talking about Mega Drive, Sega Games Catalog, Master System / Master System 2. Interesting. Yeah, this is a European game, I believe. See, how can you tell if they're... I don't know how you can tell if they're European or if they're not, but anyway. Back to the Future Part 2, never played this one. I know Part 1 was awful. See, I want to see. Let's see. Let's go back to Well, that one just has the regular. Aha! Let's see. Looking at one of these other games here. What do we got? Take hold of the Sega Adventure. And then on the back, get in touch with Sega Software, the Mega Cartridge. There are no limits. Coming soon. Cool. Cool beans! Yeah, I have no idea how you can tell if something is American or if it's European or what. I have no idea. But guess what, guys? That's where you come in. Alright, let's put all this back. Keep going. We've got Ghostbusters, the Mega Cartridge, and yet again, another complete game. This I have memories of. This was... I do have some memories of this, but it's been so long. I don't remember if how good this one was. Yeah, I don't recall. It's been too long. Oh well. Alright, next up. What's next? What's next? Thunderblade. I remember this. This is a shmup. My dad had this one. This is a fun one where you take you're basically inside a helicopter and you have, what is it called? Vertical scrolling shooter stages. And then you actually have like space harrier sections, so where everything's coming at you and you have to like sort of dodge out of the way. It was very, very hard game though. I remember this. Very, very hard game, but fun. Alright, next up we have Castle of Illusions starring Mickey Mouse. Now that's an unusual one because that's one that and it's complete too, good lord, that everyone knows from the Genesis. I guess this would be based off the Game Gear one. I've never played this one before. I've only played the Genesis version, which is a classic, and I actually plan to review it, but this will be interesting because I could review this one right after. Very cool. And last but not least is another complete game. And of course, the one box that has to get not ruined but damaged is the one game that I was the most excited for. But it's all good because I can replace the box, and that is Phantasy Star. I have this buried somewhere. This was released in 1988 in North America, and this is definitely the North American version because it's all in English everywhere. This was actually released, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys can correct me, prior to Dragon Warrior. I believe this was the very first role-playing game I ever played, and I absolutely love this game. This is a classic through and through, and I absolutely hope and pray I will get a chance to review this bad boy. I really, really hope I get a chance to review this one because it's one of the best games on the Master System, and it started an entire franchise that still continues to this very day. It's an amazing role-playing game. The dungeons are actually in first person, and you have really nice scrolling and scaling effects. There's a really deep storyline, and it was at a time you played as a female protagonist, which was exceedingly rare. And so that is it. This box is done. So that's it. That's everything that Steven sent me. It's a hell of a lot of good games, a lot of great systems. It's basically the Sega family. And if you're just starting off a collection, this is a brilliant way of beginning. And I can't thank Steven enough for all of this. This was really something. I've got to give him some cash for all of this. I didn't really need all the systems, the one that I really wanted the most was this, and only because I don't have it here. But I did notice he only had one controller, right? Yeah, he only had one controller for the Master System, so that's interesting. That's something I'm going to have to go and dig out my zapper, no, not my zapper, my light phaser, and another controller, just so that I have them here. But I'm going to start tackling some, well, some awesome classic Master System games. Why the hell not, right? We're gonna have some fun, and I already have everything I need. So that's it. So once again, thank you so much, Stephen. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing, and I hope you enjoyed just some of the trips down memory lane. So you can look forward to a hell of a lot of reviews coming up in the very near future. So once again, thank you, Stephen. Thank you very, very much. I'll see you all in the next video.